Welcome to the Word of the Week. Today we're talking about being qualified. Well, you know that you're outside with me, so you're going to get the environment, you're going to get the wind, you're going to get it all. When the Transform Studio's up and running again, we'll be inside. But right now, I just love bringing you guys outside. I'm kind of in the shade right now, but man, you guys get a glimpse of what it looks like every day when I wake up and I'm having my coffee and I'm spending time with the Lord. Okay, I want to talk to you about being qualified. I remember I was shot at 16 years in the military, and then the military recovered me. You know, I went through treatment for about a year, and then after 365 days, it's regulation, according to the U.S. Army, that you start a medical board. And that medical board determines whether you're going to be fit for duty, whether you're going to return back to duty, or they're going to send you on to the VA and they're going to medically retire you. And I remember just knowing, I just knew because I didn't have the use of my right arm, that they were going to medically retire me. And I just cried out to the Lord and I was like, Lord, like 17 years in the military, are you serious? I mean, I did everything I could to get 20 years and to work hard and to leave my family something special, leave them a legacy so that my wife and I had retirement that was going to set us up. Lord, I went from enlisted to officer so that my family can be in a better position at retirement. And now at 17 years, I'm going to get kicked out of the military, and not kicked out, but I'm going to be medically retired. I'm not going to finish because truthfully, 20-year retirement is a lot different than, getting a medical retirement. And so, man, I was just concerned. And right about that time, as I'm crying out to the Lord, I'm asking him to help me, and I'm asking him to open doors for me to stay. I get a email, and it's asking me if I'm interested in being an aide to a 2-star general. So I'm like, no, I'm not interested in being an aide to a 2-star general because I didn't see myself as qualified. What I saw myself as is a guy that never did well academically. Yes, I graduated from college and I grinded and I got a 3.9 GPA, but I grinded. But when I thought it was an opportunity for me to work next to a general, I was like, no way. There's 1,000 other West Point officers that are way more qualified, way more smart than I am. Long story short, I end up applying for that position, and I get it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like how did this dude that just sees himself unqualified, how did I get the job? So, in a general staff, this is a 2-star general. So you got the general, you got the chief of staff, you have the XO, and then you have the aide, and then you have usually a civilian that's also on the team for the general. So I go over to the XO, who is a lieutenant colonel, and I say, sir, how did I get this job? Like, what? You guys made a mistake. And he said, John, this job wasn't ever anyone else's job. The job was actually always your job. And the only way you weren't going to get it is if you said no. What? So God saw in me what he had planted. He saw the truth. He saw confidence. He saw a warrior. He knew what was inside of me. And it wasn't by might. It wasn't by power, but it was by his spirit. And the Lord opened up the door based on what I was asking him for, because when I became the aide to that 2-star general, that unit that was trying to send me to the medical board, they didn't do it anymore. So when I got the job, they literally took me from the warrior transition unit and they plucked me out and they put me right back in the Army, and I jumped right over the medical board process. So God had a plan for me to enter back in the Army so that I could finish my career, because that's what I was asking him for. But when the door opened for me to step through, I started disqualifying myself. And friends, that's the word of the week. How many of us, God has opened doors, but we don't feel qualified? Moses, Gideon, hey, I'm going to send you to Pharaoh. Wait a minute, I don't speak well. God, you got the wrong dude. Gideon, he's hiding, right? Because the Midianites are destroying their crops. And mighty men of valor. What are you talking about? Do you see me, Lord? I'm over here hiding. How could you call me a mighty man of valor? Because the Lord knows what's inside. And what we do, just like those biblical characters, just like me, we begin to disqualify ourselves, and we potentially shut the door. I'm so thankful that the Lord has mercy on us. That the Lord has mercy. Sorry, I'm kind of like, the sun's kind of changing, but it'll be all right. We're going to work through it. The Lord had so much mercy on me, even though I said no the first time, just like Moses. God, you got to choose somebody else. God still had that chief of staff send me another email and ask me again. I think it goes back to when I was on the ground and my life was pouring out and Jesus says, get up or your wife is going to die. He didn't just, when I didn't respond the first time, he actually said it again. But friends, I just want to let you know that you are qualified, that it's not your ability that qualifies you. It's your obedience that qualifies you. When God opens a door for you, and even though you don't feel qualified, even though you don't feel seen, even though you don't feel like you have what it takes, it's not your ability that's doing it. It's your obedience. God, I cried out to him, and it was my obedience and trusting him that allowed me to excel and be that general's aide. And actually, I became the aide for 15 months. And then that follow-on position gave me the time to finish out my career, and I finished out 20 years in the military. And it was all because I was obedient, even though I didn't feel qualified. And as the colonel said to me, John, this job was never anyone else's job. It was always your job. So friends, I want to tell you right now, it's not anybody else's assignment. It's your assignment. And the only way you're not going to do it is if you say no. And that's also the mercy of the Lord. There's so many people that the Lord has said to them, go. And they said, wait a minute, God, I can't. No. Just like me, here's another. God gave me a mortgage-free home. And last March, he gave me a $30,000 podcast studio in that mortgage-free home. And then God says, move to Florida. Wait a minute. This can't be you, God, because you gave me this home, this mortgage-free. Now I'm going to go have a mortgage. But what about the studio you just built me? This can't be you. So what happens is we disqualify ourselves because we partner with our own understanding and we don't step in faith. And friends, I want to tell you that today you're qualified. And it's not you that qualifies you. It's your obedience that qualifies you. This is the word of the week.